Guys, welcome to javaisawesome, and in this video we can discuss about switch case. And switch case is very important sometimes. Okay, in the real time example, if you see so many places we are using the switch. Okay, and it's a very important, and it's a better than if else conditions. Why? Because in the if else condition they are checking each and every condition. If in the worst case, if the first condition is not met, second condition is not met, third condition is not met, then it will go in down this. Let me show you. For example, if you go to the if else condition, so if you written any if conditions, and inside the if conditions, if it is not true, then again you have a else if, so it will check this one. So checking this one, checking this one, again checking this one, checking this one. If it is met, then it will execute it. So this is not a good way. This is not a good way to do it. Okay. But if you go with the switch, what is the switch? So switch is a alternate of what if else conditions. In the same way, whatever we are writing for the if else condition, in the same way we can write with the switch also. Okay. So here if is a keyword, else is a keyword. But in the same way, if you come here, switch is a keyword. So here we are using the switch and case and default, and one more keyword we are using the break. So 4 keywords are involved while writing a switch case, and you have to remember this keyword. Why? Because so many times the peoples are not remember it, and the interviewer will ask the keyword like what are the keywords are involved if you write any switch case. They are not able to give the answer. Okay, but if you write any if else condition, definitely you have to write if, else, else if. Those keyword you have to remember it only. But here we have to remember what is that switch. Switch is a one keyword. Then after case is another keyword. Default is another keyword. Break is a other keyword. So this is some important keyword we have, and we have to understand those also. Okay, what is the syntax of the switch case? So you already learned the previous video what is the syntax and how we can write the if else condition, when we can write it. But here I will show you like what is the basic syntax of the if else, or what is the basic syntax of the switch statement. So if you write any if condition, what we are writing? If, here we are giving the conditions, open curly braces, close, and again write the else, open and close. This is the syntax for the if else. But if you see here, it will start with the switch. Starting point is what? Switch, and switch having some input. Whatever the input you have to match, and this input have to match with given this constant means nothing but condition match, case condition match. So this is the constant, it will match with the input, so this will match. Only byte, short, int, char, enum and a string type will support. You can't give here float or double type. Clear? And after that you can write in each and every case you can write your own code, and then after you can write a break. Again, second case you can write a statement, and you can write at the end break. Okay, if you want to write a default also, like if no condition is matched, you can write a default statement and automatically it will break, it will go outside. So this is the basic syntax, but let us understand with one code. Okay, so I'm going to clips here, and if you see here, I'm going to take one value from the users, and I will check this value is 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, and I will ask to users, hey users, please enter 1, 2, 5 value, correct? And user will enter, I don't want ln, next line, user will enter one value, so I will take those value as sc dot next, not next, I want next int, but before that we have to create a scanner scanner sc equal to new, what is it, new scanner and system.in, correct, system.in we can write it and just close. Okay, and here if you see sc dot next int, oh my god, at least we have to give here sc, and what we have to do is just next int, and once we get the numbers, here we can write the switch case syntax. Switch case syntax, while writing a switch we have to write switch. Okay, and what we have to do is open curly braces and close, and here you have to give the condition or input which basis you have to filter your data, and you have to run your conditions. So this is nothing but this pointage conditions, you can say somebody peoples, and the somebody peoples are saying as a input. So n is a input here, which is switch input, and here I am going to write a case 1. If it is match with n, then I am going to print s out 1 you selected. Okay, this is my message. If you want to write a multiple line, no issue, you can write it here, you can write it. Okay, good. Okay, if you want to write a case 2, no issue, write a case 2. If user enter the case 2, you can say, hey, nice, good, whatever you want to say, you can say to the users, and you selected 2, good. And this is the case, and in that way we can write whatever the cases we want. Okay, okay, so this is the 2, this will be 3, this will be 4, this will be 5, correct. And if it is not match, so this will be 3, this will be what, 4. I will show you one magic, but before going to show magic, let's see this one. And finally, if it is not match, I can write default, and in default I can write please select the given range only. Okay, this is the default message I have entered if all those cases will not match. So for example, user has enter 1, so what will happen, it will go to here, it will run this, there is no break, it will come here, it will run this one also, no break, it will run this one also, if no break, it will run this one also, everything it will run. Okay, except default. Let me run this code so that you can understand in the better way. Let me run, guys, so that after that we can put the break. So I am going to select 2, not 2, 1. Let's select 1. So if it is 1, if you see the output, what is the output? 1 you selected good, 2 you selected good, 3 you selected good, but I don't want like that. So better to put break each and every statement end, okay, so that it will not affect and it will not go and execute to other one. Okay, so for that we have to write some extra keyword that is called a break, guys. Okay, I hope you understood why I am showing like that, correct. And again, if I do same thing and if I run it, you can see the output. If I select 1, it will say you selected 1, good. If I give the answer, hey, I have selected 3, no issue. If you selected 10 but 10 is not there, what will happen? Please select given range only. So this is the message it will print. So whenever you face any situation, any scenario like that, you can take the help of the switch. Based on the cases, it will match. So what will happen? If the user enter 1, for example, what will happen? It will come here, 1 will put it here because inside the end we have stored the 1, and 1 will match with the case. It will go with that and break. It will come outside. But in this other case, if user enters something like 3, what will happen? It will put here 3, it will match this case. 3, no. 2, no. 3, yes, it will execute this one directly. So they will not check entirely. Whichever case is matched, it will go and it will execute that directly. So this is the benefit we got while doing a switch, and switch is better than if else. In if else, so many confusion, so many things you can see, but in the switch it's a very easy, very clear, and very syntax stable we can say, and very arrangement you can say, and through that we can implement our cases and it's look good. Okay, so I hope guys you understood what is the code and why you have explained it. Okay, let me go to the slide. Okay, here if you see, we have understand like what is the switch syntax, what is the condition, what is the default, how we can write it. Okay, let's go down and discuss this one. Okay, so if you see my screen, okay, if you see my screen, this is the switch case from we are starting. So switch case input whatever, so switch case input will match with all those cases, Java, Python, Rust, otherwise default. Okay, so it will match directly with all those cases. If it is matched, it will print. It will not match, it will go to the default. Okay, so if you see here, if user entered Python, okay, so Python will come here. Okay, it will put here and it will match this input field with this case. So if it is matched, it will print this and it will go and break. If user selected Java, if it is given Java, it will match with the Java, it will print this line of the code and it will break. Okay, so like that it will work. Okay, go down. If you see here, please select the inter programming language. If it is inter Java, current version of Java is 12. You can see here, current version of Java is 12 in that code. Okay, if you see this code, this is the one of the special syntax you can say. For example, whatever the code I have written, the same code we can modify it also. Okay, if you see here, we have created one class. The class name is X. Inside the class X, okay, let me take some other color. So this is the class X. Okay, inside the class we have a one method called for. Okay, and here we have a main method. So from the main method we are calling, creating an object, and we are calling the for, and we are passing 2. So once we pass the 2 will come here and it will store inside the I. So I value is 2. It will come here, so I will become 2 here also. And 2 match with this parameter. 0 no match, 1 no match, 2 is match. Then it will print this line of the code and this will not go to the default. Okay, so you can give the comma separated multiple parameters also in the case. That is also possible. Let's do the practice. So what we can do, we can go here, and as of now we have written lots of the line of the code. I'm going to skip those. Let me remove it. Removed, and here I will write 1, 2, 3. Even they will enter 1, 2 or 3, I will print you have selected 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that is possible. Let me run this. So once I run this, even I select 2, it will say you selected 1, 2, 3. Even I select 3, it will say 1, 2, 3. Even I select 1, 1, 2, 3. Even I selected 4. What is the output? Guess it. Now 4 you selected. Correct guys? Yeah, you selected 4. 4 you selected. Yeah, you selected 4. Anything. So that is the way you can write a code also. So here multiple parameter, multiple cases will possible. You can write separated with comma as much as possible. There is no issue in that. Okay, so this is the case, but don't make it duplicate. If you duplicate it like 4, 5, 7, then it will not work. You have already given another 5, so it will not work. You can give some other numbers only. So if this one will not match with other any case, this one will not match with any uppercase also, okay, then only it will work. Otherwise, if you go give the same one, for example, already given the 3, you are again giving, it will not, it's syntactically it's a incorrect and it will not work it will give the compile time error, guys, and I hope you understood. So whenever you see like that code, don't make it like so many people are confused and they're saying no, it will not possible, so let's give the compile time error, but don't give it. Okay, it's a correct syntax and it will work. Only when you have to give is if the syntax and cases input is duplicate. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, so if you go down here, so what we have learned is like what is the switch and what is the syntax of switch and how it will work. Okay, so basically if I talk about the switch will take any input. So input is nothing but which is going to match with the case. So we have a different cases like for, and here our statement case 1, and this is the syntax. You have to don't forget it. It's a color, you have to give the color. Okay, and you have to be sure it's a closing. Okay, so this is a very simple. Default is optional. If it is required in your case, you can give, otherwise you can leave it. Break statement is optional, break keyword. So if it is required, you can give, otherwise leave it. Okay, but switch is mandatory, case is mandatory, and you have to give it anyhow. And here as an input, it will possible only, it will not possible what? Not possible double float. Okay, those type of value you can't give. If you give even, it will not work. So make sure in the switch what we have to give, what we don't have to give. Okay, it's faster than if else. Good readable real time use. Lucky so many places we are using the if else also, but still some of the places we required to use the if else, and it's playing very amazing rules and it's very nice. Okay guys, thank you so much as of now. Okay, but one more things I will do, one more practical. It's a very famous practical, people are not doing by the way, but I will do in front of you so that you can understood. Okay, so how we can use the switches basically, for example switch test case. This is the my class I have created, and inside the class what I am going to do is real time example I will show you. Okay, what will happen is real time, like we have is like we are supporting in our application multiple type of the database. Something which is multiples. Okay, so for example we have a one database, okay, DB, and the DB name is Oracle. Okay, and based on the users, whatever the input they have given, based on that only we have to create the connections of the database. So what we can do, we have a multiple database support. Okay, so what we can do, we can take here DB, all the database we have passed, and we can give here database name, whatever the database we are going to support. So maybe the Oracle. Okay, and inside this, if it is not, we can throw the exception. Okay, in the same way, let me write here Oracle connection is created. Okay, in the same way we have to create the connection for other database also. Okay, so many database we are supporting. Okay, so here we can write MySQL, MongoDB. Here we can write something else like Postgre. Okay, so this is the different data types we have, and we are giving the support for them. And make sure you have to write the break statements. After that, if you not write, it will go and execute everything. So make sure you have to create only one connection, not all those database connection. break, and this one is also going to write a break. Format save. So I hope you understood what is my intention and why I have shown you this example, so that you can understand better way. And this is called Postgres, and this is called MongoDB, and this is called MySQL. Okay, done. So if for example we have taken this value from the users and it is a Oracle, so what will happen? It will create the connection for the Oracle only. It will not create a connection for the MySQL. But if you see here, if the user given the MySQL, then it will create the connection of the MySQL. So like that situations, whenever you see, you can use it in your project and whenever it's required. In the logical questions or data structures, I think we are not using that much, but we can see if it is required, we can do the use needfully. Okay, thank you so much.